So if you want to hit the $500 spending, then you should look at a card like then you don't need to use an OCBC credit card.
Okay, that's interesting. Let me write it down.
Some people spend away all their salary, then they cannot increase it. So, I mean, right?
Okay, yeah.
This is the one that's got people believing in stupidity still after all this time.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I
Today we have Demi here again in my house to talk about her favorite topic, credit cards. So even though my YouTube channel is also on personal finance, I'm an absolute noob when it comes to credit cards. I don't really know much about credit cards. As of right now, I think I'm only using 1 or 2 credit cards, which is the UOB Evo and UOB One. Or actually 3, HSBC Revolution as well. So those 3 right now.
2 out of the 3 has already been like
no, yeah. So that's what we need to discuss about. So hopefully Demi can teach both you guys and myself as well how to properly utilize these credit cards to get the best rewards possible. But before we start today, I actually have a surprise video for you to watch.
Okay.
Which is, I don't know if you know this guy. He's called what the hell is his name again? I forgot his name. Oh, Dave Ramsey. Yes, okay. Dave Ramsey. I remember.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you know who he is?
Don't know.
Okay, so he's like a very famous, I think he's a very big financial YouTuber, but also a very big, he has his own like finance show and everything.
in the US?
Yep, in the US. And it's very interesting because he's very, very big on having no debt at all in life.
Yeah.
So it's like everything he'll pay outright in cash. Buy property, buy car, buy everything is all outright in cash, and he don't believe in debt at all.
Okay.
So then you kind of know where this is going a little bit. Okay, but let's see.
Today's question comes from Diane in Arizona. My husband and I are in baby step 2 and are working hard to pay off our debt. The one issue we struggle with is not using credit cards. We use them to pay our utilities, groceries, and other monthly bills, but we never carry a balance. By doing this, we're able to travel for vacations for free using our points. What's wrong with doing this if we're not going into more debt? The age-old question. We've been exploring this topic on the fine print because it's one of the biggest objections we get here at Ramsey. People going, well, Dave, I pay off my card every month. I get some free stuff. What's the harm?
So we should clue in Bank of America and Chase what portion of their marketing is working the best. And it is this crap.
The vacations, the points.
This is the one. This is the one that's got people believing in stupidity still after all this time.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. To start with, you're not going on vacation for free. That is an absolute asinine, stupid statement. It is not true. You might have got your airline ticket for free, but everything else on the vacation was not free. So you're spending money and you're going on vacation when you should have been working because you're in debt. You're not supposed to be going on vacation when you're in debt. We follow everything you say. No, you don't. You don't go on vacation when you're in debt, and you don't go out to eat when you're in debt. You work and you work and you work and you clean your dadgum debt up. And that's the Ramsey plan. Now you can say you could go do your plan if you want, but don't say you're doing my plan when you're going on vacation, because it's just not true.
I just realized you just got your airline ticket for free this weekend, right? Yeah, so it's exactly like talking about you.
No, but you're going to let people watch all the way.
No, I think we're just like a short part on it. But I think you can't understand the main gist of what he's mentioning. What do you think?
I don't agree though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I agree on the part where if you are in debt or like you owe credit card bills, you should work on repaying them as soon as possible because the loan interest is very high. It doesn't make sense for you to be in credit card debt. But if you're talking about people who has like student loan debts to pay off, then why is it that it's not related to the fact that you own credit cards? So it's more like whether can you responsibly use what is given to you in those credit card terms. So you're technically spending on borrowed money, but if you have the ability of paying it off on time without incurring those credit card fees and yet still earn some form of rewards on that, why not?
I think also because the context is he's speaking mainly to Americans. I think not dissing the Americans out there, but there's research that says that, I think I saw this article before where, was it something like less than 50% of American households have less than $1,000 in their savings or bank account, which in an Asian term, right, is insane. Not possible to happen because the priorities are all backwards.
I would say, I think OCBC runs a data that happens every year to tell you how many people actually in the different age groups owe credit card, have credit card debts, or like they don't have emergency funds. There's a data stats on that one. So I think on Kelvin's channel he reviewed that in a video every year or so. So I don't think it's not like, I mean, there are definitely people in Singapore who still owe credit card bills, who have difficulty paying off all those, and it snowballs also. I think it's still here in Singapore, it's just not as apparent as in the States. Yeah.
Right. I think also because you can tell he's very old school. He's super old school, so he don't believe in any of those things.
Yeah.
The context wise a bit hard to do for ourselves also, because their property is much cheaper and everything is much cheaper. So maybe if you save up 30 to 50,000, maybe you can like buy a house or whatever kind of thing. It's entirely not possible for us if we don't have a loan and you don't have a super high paying job, or you're planning to liquidate your entire like life savings just to get a house. We definitely need to get a loan for this kind of things. But I guess it is really just he feels that with all these credit cards and stuff, with the rewards and the points and the miles and everything, he feels that people tend to spend more money in general to try to hit this criteria.
Which is true. It still happens to people also. So I guess it's only if you are in that perspective where it's on the way, by the way. Every reward that you get out of a credit card, it is on the way, by the way. You are spending what you would have spent on a day-to-day basis. You're not trying to spend more. So if you have the mindset that, I need to spend $500 just to hit the minimum spend so that I can get some form of rewards out of a credit card sign-up deal, it shouldn't be the case that you spend $500 more than what you normally would just to hit. It's like, for example, I just recently signed up for one credit card to give me 25,000 points miles in a way, but I need to hit the $500 spending. But this $500 spending is not something more out of my everyday expenses. It's my everyday expenses charged to that card to hit the spending requirement in order for me to get that sign-up reward. Yeah. So the thought process is always on the way. I'm already spending this amount. Why not earn some rewards out of that? But if you're going in with the mindset that I need to spend this amount, get these points, then it's so worth it, I can fly. Then I think that's not the way to do it.
That was me yesterday though. Like,
what do you do?
Like my UOB Evo was like, I think $400 out of $500 spending.
No, UOB Evo's minimum spend is $600, by the way.
Oh no, I mean sorry, the UOB one account to qualify for the interest. Yeah. Then this is the last week of June. So then in my mind I was like, maybe I can go and eat something more expensive with my girlfriend to hit that. but actually, when I think about it, the cashback that comes back could actually be cheaper than the meal.
Right.
The meal itself, so it's actually not worth like over splurging. It's more like convenience than whatever you can get from what you usually spend, then you get. If not, you shouldn't overspend just to get a bit more back in that sense. Okay, interesting. Okay, but yes, the first question would be what got you so into like credit cards? Like what made you into a credit card nerd?
I think the very first credit card I held was the DBS Live Fresh student card. So it was in my university days. So the idea of how you're spending on borrowed money in a way and how your cash can still sit in your savings account for probably like 1 month longer and it can still earn the interest in that savings account made it sound very appealing to me. So I think I'm glad I started when I was in uni. So it taught me the whole concept of how credit cards work. Thank God I didn't use that irresponsibly in a way that I just splurge and then think that it's borrowed money. And it could have gone two ways, you see. Yeah. One is it teaches me how to use a credit card properly. Another is I take advantage of that and spend on borrowed money, go for all the trips or whatever not. But that wasn't the route that I went. It was more like it taught me the responsibility behind holding a credit card. So I was very into debit cards back then to get cashback as a university student. So looking at, I think DBS used to have before the DBS multiplier debit card, it was one more card that honestly offered not bad of a cashback reward system. Then thereafter I went into DBS Live Fresh. The whole concept was they offered cashback for transportation and things. It was good back then, but now it's more like meh. Yeah. Then gradually as I started working there, I decided, since I was on cashback, I decided to just follow through with the cashback stuff. So I didn't know much about miles back then. So one card led to the other, then I just held like different cashback credit cards on. Then when I started the channel, UOB Evo was the one that I mainly talked about and used. Then now it's more of the miles credit card game. So it progresses gradually.
So I guess even though I know the answer to this question, it's like a lot of people are definitely going to ask, are you on the miles team or the cashback team?
Now miles, because I'm accumulating to fly my mom on business class, just to offer her the experience. It's not something that I would pay for it.
Yeah.
So if, let's say, you take out the reason of me wanting to fly my mom on business class, I would still be probably on the cashback team. Yeah, I wouldn't have seen... I wouldn't see the need to fly business class. I mean, at the end of the day, it's an experience. But to me, it's always like I'm okay paying budget, flying budget, then spending more while I'm overseas. Spending on the experiences there or food there, rather than paying for the flight. Because at the end of the day, you're just sitting for 6 hours.
Yeah.
And it's only worth it if you really fly long haul, like say you fly to the States or you fly to Europe. Things like that, then probably business class will be more comfortable. But my interest has always been Asia, not towards the Western countries. So there wasn't a need for me to want to fly business, or I didn't see it. But now it's more of wanting to offer my mom the experience, and it's not something I'm not willing to downpay 10K just for a flight that will last a few hours.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me. So miles was the only way to go about it. So yeah, that was the decision why I went after miles.
Your mom sit business class, then you sit economy class, is it?
No lah, I sit together with her. If not, what's the whole point is to experience it together.
A filial daughter will sit economy class and then let the mom sit in the business class.
Is it? Okay.
So that would be to either Japan or Korea lah.
Destination not decided, but I'm saving towards the miles will allow us to fly to Japan or Korea. Yeah, that's the whole idea. But down the road, maybe it will change. New Zealand, Australia can also be an option, I would think.
Then off the top, right, let's say if you going for the miles game lah, roughly how much will you have to spend per month, and how long would you say you have to accumulate this for in order to afford the business class with miles?
So I'm not spending more than what I usually do. It's still what I would spend on an everyday basis when I'm still here in Singapore. So it's not like because I want to fly my mom on business class that I spend more every single month just to accumulate the miles.
Yeah.
So what I started off with was finding a card that suit my spending needs, which was HSBC Revolution back then. No minimum spend, then you earn 4 miles per dollar on your everyday spending, but now it's not the case. That was the card I started with, and the points last for 37 months, so 3 years. I thought it was relatively okay. Then gradually my expenses increase also because there are a lot of things I'm paying for now. So gradually as that increased, then I added more cards to the whole list of cards that I have. Yeah. Then now it's more like, how long would I need? Honestly, to be honest, I don't really know how long. I'm halfway there already. So I have enough to fly one person round trip.
Okay.
So I just need to accumulate for another one more person.
And how long did it take to reach?
I started April 2023. So it's about 1 year, 2 months in.
Okay.
So everything is still within the points expiry date. There are cards that points do not expire. Then that will work for people who actually spend very little but still want to chase after miles, want to accumulate miles, but you don't want to also spend more. Then it makes sense to have a card that doesn't have points that expire, like City Premier Miles. But City Premier Miles is a general spending card, which is not very worthy also. But yeah.
And your rough spending agak-agak lah, and estimated would be how much on these miles credit cards?
I think pretty similar to your expenses. My expenses per month now goes a little above $2,000, but there are transactions that cannot be paid on a credit card. So I give my mom allowance, I pay for insurance, paying my video editor who's my brother, so it's like a bank transfer. So those are not under the credit card. So maybe my expenses would be about 1,500, 1,800 there, ranging around there.
Okay.
Around there. It ranges around there. Yeah.
Okay. Then a rough gauge would be expenditure of maybe 1 to 2K and maybe accumulating miles for about maybe 2 years or so, and then that would probably equate to the 2 business class for 6 to 7 hours to wherever you want to go lah, somewhere around there.
If you really optimize it. So if you just use a general spending card, like a 1.2 mile or 1.4 mile per dollar card for every single transaction, then it will take definitely longer than that. Because I optimize everything. Like if let's say my Citi Rewards card 1,000 cap is already gone, I will move on to the next card. Or I will know that this transaction I'm going to be spending on will give me 4 miles per dollar with this card. So if you're a person who just want one card for everything, it's going to take so much longer than that. Yeah.
By the time your points expire already, you cannot even go there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I've known of people who use a general spending card, like Citi Premier Miles I mentioned. So they accumulate a lot on that, and then the points doesn't expire, so you just accumulate but never redeem. Yeah.
Okay. Then which one would you say is worth more money, like miles or cashback in that sense?
Worth more money. I guess business class, if you put it dollar to dollar. I know a lot of people do a cents per mile valuation.
Chris.
Yeah, it's a lot of, I mean, it's everybody's valuation of a mile is different also.
Yeah.
Like some people is 1.3, some people is 1.4, some people is 1.2. I don't know how to value a mile, to be honest. I'm just accumulating. If you ask me what's my value of a mile, I'll tell you I don't know.
Okay.
But I'm not to the extent of paying my taxes and paying my insurance with a third party that will allow me to accumulate miles. I don't think it's something I'm exploring, but it's not something that I've done yet. But everything on a general day-to-day basis, what I'm using is a optimized card for that expense. Yeah.
Okay. But I guess it's also like if you kind of think about it, like let's say the example we took just now, it will take 2 years or so to accumulate these like 2 business class flight tickets. So if you kind of bought these tickets outright, they would probably cost maybe somewhere in the ballpark of 10 to 20,000.
Maybe I don't know. Actually,
I'm assuming
not really. I think I remember checking SQ's business class flight for Singapore to Korea round trip. 5,000-6,000. If I'm not wrong, don't quote me on this. I'm not very sure, but I think around there.
Okay. We take the low end so 5k lah. Let's say 5k for example, one person. So two people is at 10k lah. There's no way in hell that you'll get 10k worth of cashback in 2 years.
True.
Like give you 10 years or so, maybe a bit difficult, but $10,000 is a lot of money to get back in cashback. Like if you can get I think $50 to $100 a month, you're actually quite good really. Yeah. So in that sense, maybe if you value travel, value trips, which is quite often with at least people our age as well, we travel quite often.
Says the one who doesn't like to travel.
Yeah, not by choice, but I'm starting to like it more lah. Yeah, but then in that sense, then perhaps we would save more money if we go for miles, or if more comfortable trips like this, like the business class, that makes more sense lah. Yeah, you definitely be more worth the money rather than accumulating $50 to $100 a month.
Yeah,
interesting. So miles more lah. Miles worth more lah.
I think now as I'm on this journey of accumulating miles, right, I wouldn't go back to chasing after cashback. Even though I say now it's for my mum, then down the road, will I actually swap back to cashback after fulfilling one trip? I don't think so. I would rather accumulate all the way, and then if I can fly business class, then okay lor. If cannot, then I'll just redeem for flight. Yeah, I guess.
I think there's no going back already. The moment you get the business class, right, you're like...
But I'm okay still flying budget.
Really? Why? It's damn uncomfortable, yeah.
But not every trip has to be luxury. Like it doesn't have to be luxury. Luxurious, yeah.
I think quite important. Like I don't know whether I'm hitting 30 soon already, but like I cannot take my recent flight to Japan. Wow, damn sinko, yeah. Like the timing was damn. Everything was like damn bad. Like
never take a red eye flight. Something I'm okay paying to take a morning flight. A lot of people like to take the red eye flight, which is like your midnight, then you reach at 6 a.m, then you optimize the next day. But I think I'll be too dead to optimize the next day, like the full day.
Yeah.
So I'd rather take a morning, then reach by evening, have dinner, rest, then next day onwards, then start to explore. Yeah.
I think we didn't have a choice because Zip Air only had those timings, right? Yeah. Oh, I heard this as well. I don't know whether it's a truth or myth lah. Was that even when you accumulate all the miles already, right, then it will actually be quite challenging to redeem those miles for a business class flight because everybody is at the same time trying to redeem for it, and all the miles people are fighting each other lah. So there's a limited.
There's a wait list.
Yeah, I mean, cannot be their whole plane. The business class is everybody just take miles, and so it's like totally free to fly for them. Like, is it very difficult to redeem that?
Actually, I don't think it's difficult. At the end of the day, it depends on your schedule also. If most of the people who redeem business class, from what I know, is that they search for the dates available, then they fly those dates. Not like you go in with the mindset of these dates. You want it, then you try and apply for it. Then you'll be on the wait list. So most of the people is you wait for deals, like Singapore Air, KrisFlyer has this like monthly escapade, so you redeem it at a lower cost to certain destinations that is on offer. Easy or not, it depends on, I think. Yeah.
Oh, you redeem already?
No, I haven't redeemed.
And then comes the thing, okay, so which credit cards should I use to pay for what kind of things, like all the different things?
Are you cashback or are you going for miles just because your girlfriend like to travel? What's your thoughts behind the two?
No thoughts, yeah. Whichever easier to get, then I just get for that. I mean, I've always been... my initial strategy was always cashback first. I think maybe the real reason is a bit lazy to go for miles. Like, I cannot think about all those kind of things. But it's very easy to see like cashback coming into your bank every month. Like, not very difficult, right? You just
No, but the funny thing is you cannot hit UOB EVO ever since you apply for it. I'm like, what have you been doing? And you're spending $2,000 over a month.
Yes.
And UOB EVO is $600 minimum spend.
I have no idea where it comes from also, but I'm trying my best to hit it a bit more. But then I think for the longest time, the easiest way was just to do cashback. Right? Don't really spend a lot of time on looking at credit cards and everything.
But I think then if you want to go after miles, one card like City Rewards, you pair with Instagram base, then almost anything you just use that card can already.
Oh, for all categories?
Except travel, insurance, tax, the standard few things. I think transportation also cannot. So your normal day-to-day expenses, dining out, ordering food delivery, you want to take, I don't know whether cabs counted or not, but yeah. Okay, so one thing I do, or rather, I will check Heymax. So for those of you who do not know, Heymax is a platform that allows you to check merchant category codes. So you can search, let's say today I want to dine at, I don't know, Sushi Tei. Then I would search in the merchant name, Sushi Tei, then they'll tell me the merchant category codes. And then if you, whatever cards you have, you can actually put it on Heymax, and they will push out the best cards to you that you'll be able to enjoy the rewards on that particular merchant that you search for. So that is a really good tool that people can use to check whether the card they are planning to use is the best one to use at that merchant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, I mean, to be fair, I think it's also to me because I'm an extremely lazy person.
Okay.
I'll be very, very, very upfront about it. So then I don't like to do things where the ROI or the reward is very little, and then I need to do a lot of effort. I hate it. I freaking hate it.
Okay.
But with that in mind as well, I think if let's say I'm thinking back to my money diaries, right, then it makes the most sense to utilize the things that I'm spending the most money on to use those credit cards to get the rewards. Yeah, because something you pay like maybe $20, $30 a month, then you use your credit card. The most you get is like waste time, I feel like.
But it adds up, ma.
It does, it does. Yeah, but probably not as much as I would. I think if I suddenly optimize my whole life around it, right, then I'll just quit it like very quickly. Okay. Yeah, so then it makes more sense to make the bigger expenses first. Then I slowly start to optimize the rest once I'm more used to the big expenses being done first. Would you go about that way? But
big expenses, you mean like your taxes, your insurance?
Oh no, not that kind of like.
What kind of big expenses?
Yeah. So I think the biggest expenses for me would be food lah.
Okay.
Food first, then what's the other one? Paying my editor. I don't know if that one can lah, but that one probably cannot use credit cards lah, even though I use my UOB one. Yeah.
I guess like a card like City Rewards, but you are saying that you are still using UOB One savings account for the interest, ma. So if you want to hit the $500 spending, then you should look at a card like UOB Ladies. Then it's one of the qualifying cards that you can spend $500 on and you will hit that category. Like you would tick that box. Unless you swap your savings account to one like OCBC, where you can just credit in your salary, save $500 every single month. So your balance has to increase by $500.
Save 500. Oh, okay.
Then you will qualify for I think 4% already, 4.05 or something like that. 4%. So you don't have to spend. You don't have to spend the $500.
Wouldn't you automatically raise by 500 already if you credit your salary into the?
Some people spend away all their salary, then they cannot increase it. So I mean, right?
Okay, yeah. At that moment for me, I was like, straight away should be more than 500 anymore. Okay. Then the OCBC credit card that I should use is?
Then you don't need to use an OCBC credit card. Because you are only crediting in your salary and you save $500, then your credit card can be from any other banks. So you're not only limited to UOB's credit cards.
Okay.
Yeah. And for miles, UOB credit card is only UOB Ladies.
Okay. That's interesting. Let me write it down. This is no longer anything for you guys. It's just for Okay. So this is one option lah.
Yeah.
Then the other option is if now I'm using UOB, then I can use UOB Ladies. Ladies.
But UOB Ladies a bit more complex. You only have, if your salary can hit, you can get the solitaire, and then you can choose 2 categories. It can be dining, it can be family where grocery shopping will be one of the bigger expenses. It can be travel. So they have a few categories that you can choose. Dining, entertainment, family, shopping, and a few others I can't remember. But those are the categories that you should choose in order to be able to enjoy the 4 miles per dollar.
Okay. UB Solitaire, there's a
Minimum income requirement. I think it's like 80,000 a year.
Lady Solitaire.
Yeah, so the basic version is 1 category. The solitaire card is 2 categories that you can earn
120K a
from.
bit hard, yeah.
Then the basic one will be 1 category.
Okay.
I don't really like using this card, to be honest.
Really?
It's very restricted. So like for example, I choose dining. But dining is not every single thing that you can think of counts under it. If I'm not wrong, if you go to a bakery store, it doesn't count under this. Like you buy bread from 4 Leaves, it's not considered dining.
It has to be selected
It's like
restaurants.
I think that was like I forget the MCC codes, to be honest. So what I mentioned, what I do is Heymax. Then it will tell me what can be used and what cannot be used.
So every time like you eat halfway and then you're like, let me Heymax this place and then later pay that time I use that credit card.
If I'm unsure. But if I use a card like City Rewards paired with Instagram Amaze, I don't need to think, I just pay. Because largely most of the things that you go for on a day-to-day basis qualifies. Yeah. So my number 1 card using now is City Rewards and Instagram Amaze. But another one, Instagram Amaze is a multi-currency card.
Like YouTube,
But I would say for people who are like just getting started, you can actually look at miles card from UOB Bank. Because UOB Bank pulls all the miles together. Like there are like UOB preferred platinum visa that you can earn 4 miles per dollar for mobile contactless payment. So you go anywhere, you just add the card to your Apple Pay, and then use your Apple Pay to pay anywhere, and then $1,110 per month that allows you to earn 4 miles per dollar. That one also don't need to think.
That one is what again? UOB
Preferred platinum visa.
Oh wow. Wow, shit. There's a lot of there's a lot of cards.
But you only really need 2 to be honest. Two at most. 2 or 3 I would say.
So then let's say now I just want to let's keep it easy. I just want to optimize food and dining.
You want UOB or you want both UOB or City Rewards hits that for you.
Okay. But then if I use the City Rewards,
this one you need to combine with Instagram Amaze, so that's like a double step. If you don't want to think so much, just apply for UOB Preferred Platinum. Then you can just spend on dining for this. Just that you need to add the card to your Apple Pay.
Then the Preferred Platinum and the ladies, what's the difference?
Ladies only 1 or 2 categories, depending on the depending on the card that you have.
But this one can go all categories. Most categories.
Most categories.
Then who would use the UOB ladies then?
To qualify for the UOB One Savings Account spending?
This one doesn't qualify for the... Oh my god.
UOB Preferred Platinum Visa doesn't.
What is this strategy game they are playing with me? But then it's lame if I have to change to OCBC, then I get UOB Preferred Platinum Visa, right?
Why?
I mean, that would be a way as well, right?
Yeah, it's possible.
Okay. All of these cards are 4 miles per dollar.
4 miles per dollar.
Okay, so to solidify everything, right? It means that I'm currently using UOB One credit card or UOB Evo in order to qualify for both cashback and interest that comes from the UOB One account.
Yeah.
Right, currently. But if I want to change, then I either have to change to OCBC for the interest and then spend on whatever random credit cards, which is either UOB Preferred Platinum or City Rewards and Instagram Amaze.
Yeah.
Okay. Otherwise, just UOB continue and then use UOB Ladies card, which is also a bit restrictive.
Yes.
Okay. Last time, what was that? Revel was 6 miles per dollar.
4. UOB
miles.
Ladies was 6 miles, but it was a promotional period only.
Okay. And
Now-
4 is the maximum.
4 is the max. UOB Ladies still has 6 miles per dollar, but you must fulfill requirements for their ladies savings account or something like that. I cannot remember.
Okay. Interesting. It's not as complicated though.
Not as complicated.
Not as
There are still some miles card that is like a catch-all card that you can spend on almost anything and it will still give you. But what I would say, if you want to be 100% sure, then use Heymax.
Heymax. Okay, that was very important. So use Heymax.
Yeah.
What are the random things that are big? Food and drink, insurance, rent. Maybe the other thing would be transport like transport.
Public transport?
Public transport and Grab bar. That would be my second most
Public
used
transport, I'm using Standard Chartered Smart. But the downside to that is that because your public transport expenses is so low, right, you might not be able to accumulate enough to redeem the points for miles. So in my case, what I felt was that it's okay if I didn't have enough, as public transportation isn't a big part of my expenses. So what I do is that with whatever points I've accumulated there already, I would, if I really cannot accumulate enough, I'll just redeem it for the 6% rebate. So when it comes to public transport, an alternative card, let's see Heymax.
Even though I'm very tempted to just screw public transport and the Grab.
Because it's quite low. Grab still can, you can use, hold on.
Either way, the expenses for both are quite equal for me in the month itself.
Oh.
Because it's like, agak-agak is about 100 for public transport and 100 for Grab.
Okay.
It's like 200 per month.
So based on the cards that I own, right, because I have listed it on Heymax, they're suggesting Standard Chartered Smart will give me the highest, which is 5.57 miles per dollar for public transport.
Wow. It's really high, no?
But as I mentioned, there's a risk of orphan miles if you don't spend enough. So Standard Chartered Smart has only a limited merchant that you can spend on: fast food, Disney Plus, YouTube subscription, Netflix, Spotify, that kind, and public transportation. Then the next one will be KrisFlyer UOB credit card, which I also hold. It's like a 3 mile per dollar credit card if you spend $800 in a membership year on SIA group expenses. So you book SIA tickets or Scoot tickets, or you spend on Kris something, that you buy certain things there, then you hit the $800 and you will get 3 miles per dollar for dining, travel, certain merchants for travel, and also transport. So UOB KrisFlyer you can use for Grab also.
Okay.
But it gives you 3 miles per dollar instead of 4.
Then when you get all these miles already, right? Then where do you redeem on, like?
I'm mainly accumulating for SIA KrisFlyer.
Okay. KrisFlyer is the miles.
The miles program.
lah. Okay. Then all the credit cards, all the miles will just go to KrisFlyer, or is there other programs out there as well?
There are other programs also. Different airlines got different programs.
Oh, okay. So you must make sure that all the airline that you want to go for also
is a partner of that card. It's a transfer partner of that card.
SQ is usually partners with a lot of cards, is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Largely.
Okay, good. Then I don't have to think so much. That's nice. Okay. Oh, okay. Last question. Any credit card, like best credit card promotions right now?
Well, off my head I cannot think, but the standard few from SingSaver. So whenever I usually post on the community, like today, the one ending, because today is 24th June, Standard Chartered Smart Direct Bank promo has this: you spend $800, they give you $500 cashback.
For 1 month.
For you have to meet the minimum spend for the month after your card gets approved. So example, today is 24th June, my card gets approved. I have until end of July to spend the $800 in order to qualify. Then you receive $500 cashback. Yeah. That's one. The standard few, I think bank, as in SingSaver sign up promotion where you can get like free gifts, free iPad, Dyson or what. With the minimum spend requirement hit.
Okay.
I don't think there's any like fantastic promo apart from the Standard Chartered Bank Direct. Yeah. But by the time you guys watch this video, it will have changed already. Sorry. You can follow my community page. I do update sometimes for the cards that I use. Like what kind of promos are there.
Is there somewhere that they can go to look for promos that will come out?
SingSaver.
The SingSaver website lah. Okay. Or your channel. You will eventually also have links, so you. Okay. Then it's on our channel description box.
Usually on our channel.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Nice. I shall use one of this combination for next month.
Then you can update in your money diaries.
Okay. So then I guess that's all that we have for today. Hopefully you guys learned something about credit cards and all. I definitely learned so much about credit cards. Didn't even know there's so many credit cards in the first place. Like it's so bizarre to me that you use more than one credit card for every other thing. I thought that's what people usually do, like just one for all, and then I don't even think anything.
No, a lot
just
of people
go for
use
that.
a lot of different The amount of credit cards I have is insane.
Okay, but hopefully you guys learned something and you guys can do something about your credit cards and earn some rewards, and then maybe comment down below whether you're a mouse or cashback game, and then see what we can kind of accumulate together. But if you enjoyed this video, then you'll probably enjoy the other videos that we have. Check out her channel as well. See you guys in the next few videos. Bye.